Makes me wonder, like what Saturday morning cartoons did you guys watch growing up?
A lot of Cartoon Network.
And is Saturday morning cartoons, is that a 90s thing?
I would say for a lot of people, at least in our generation, like the 90s, there was a lot of peak in the 90s.
Yeah, there was. I remember I saw this tweet and it was like, it was a black guy and there's a bunch of like people screaming running out of a bar and he's on a video and he's going, "What? I can't believe everyone left because they just turned off Ed, Ed, and Eddie." And everyone's screaming. I don't know what the context. I don't know what the context is. I think he's like making shit up. But like it's everyone's like running out of this bar and fighting and shouting. And he's just like, "I can't believe they turned off Ed, Ed, Eddie." Or like it was something like that. Or like they canceled it.
They found out that Ed, Ed, and Eddie stopped playing on the TV, and everybody's wilding now. Ed, Ed, and Eddie been canceled for years, yo. That's why I'm confused.
That's so funny.
I fucking love.
I mean, Ed, Ed, and Eddie is peak.
Ed, Ed, and Eddie was probably my favorite.
It's so good.
It was so good.
Ed, Ed, and
So
Eddie,
good.
Dexter's Laboratory as well.
Powerpuff Girls.
Oh yeah, Powerpuff Girls was back in the day as well.
Yeah.
God.
I mean, that era of Cartoon Network was just fucking goated.
Did you ever go to Cartoon Network online? They had like games.
Yeah.
And I used to spend all day
I used to play
playing.
the fucking Kids Next Door game.
Dude, that game was so
so good.
I remember I could never beat it.
Not me
It
neither.
was so hard.
Yeah, the Codename Kids Next Door game was so good. Like,
It had
yeah,
this-
wait, this is going to be a nostalgia hit.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
that one!
Oh shit.
Dude,
It was the fucking Flash game. It was so
it was
good.
so hard.
It's so
I
hard.
don't think I ever beat it.
Me neither. I think I got close, I remember.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
the Courage game was really scary.
Oh, is that when we used to play tennis with the cat and the pyramid?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Fuck, how do you remember that?
I have this like I remember that like I got like terrified of Courage as a kid.
Oh, yeah, it's scary.
Barophobia.
Yeah, Ferrophobia.
There's a bunch of games, I think.
Yeah.
Courage was so good, man.
Courage is so
I
good.
loved
Yeah.
Courage. What a game.
No, it made me think, right? Because I look back, you know, growing up in the 90s, I look back on like decades previously. And I'm like, damn, the 80s seems so cool, or like the 70s or the 60s. That seems so cool. Do you think people look back at the 90s and think, damn, that was a cool fucking decade? Or do you think
I think nowadays that we've gotten to that point now where we have a entire generation that was born in the 2000s that look fondly on the 90s, which is like this period that they've only heard about, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, it's basically, we have a generation of kids now that look back in the 90s the same way us 90s kids look back at the 80s.
because that feels so weird to think about, you know?
You see all these kids like being like, yo, fucking 90s like Cartoon Network just seemed like,
I was like-
it's so like vintage and like cool. And we're just there like, we grew up on that shit.
Yeah,
bro.
I was thinking about it. I was like, what is cool about 90s culture? I was thinking about what even is 90s culture. And I think maybe like blockbusters, is that 90s culture? Saturday morning cartoons. I feel like it's peak 90s.
I think it's the whole like kind of Y2K look of like old internet.
Right.
I think that whole old internet thing now has become an aesthetic.
Right.
And it's like,
Yeah,
and
I think
kids look at that and like, you know, kids today, like Gen Alpha, look
Yeah.
back at things like MSN and being like, yo, that's vintage and sick.
Like AOL?
Yeah. they're like-
AOL
they're-
Messenger?
No, AOL. They look at
Really?
AOL and they're like, yo, that's so Y2K. That's crazy.
See, I think 90s right now is in this weird period where I think most people look back and think 90s, that's cringe. At least
Nah,
do
the
they
90s
not?
was
Do
sick.
they not?
90s was sick. You're only saying that because you
were born in the
experienced that.
You were born in the
Yeah, you experienced
born-
that yourself. But like, I think in the same way, like, I'm sure that if we ask someone who was like an 80s kid, right? Or even
Right.
like a 70s kid, and you talk to them being like, yo, the aesthetics in the 70s and 80s look so sick. I'm sure there are some people who are like, really? It's not that cool. But they're only saying that because to them that was normal, right?
Yeah, because I was, you know, you since we lived in that era, I think about it and I was like, oh, like my gut reaction was there wasn't really anything unique about 90s culture. And then the more I think about it, the more I think, maybe there was, you know, because I was thinking, I was trying to think, okay, when I look back at the 80s and 70s and 60s, there seems to be something that very much defines those decades, right? And maybe you can argue that with 90s culture, but I was thinking, what really defines, like, let's say 2000s cultures? or 2010 cultures? Because that's been a whole decade, right?
Yeah.
What's 2000s culture? What defines 2000s culture, and what defines 2010 culture?
Well,
Because it doesn't feel that unique.
Yeah, I don't know. I think like I just don't think there's been enough time, and there hasn't been that like generational switch yet
Yeah.
to see enough
takes
to
time.
be
Yeah,
able
it
to
takes
look
time.
back on it.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like you literally need an entire at least generation's worth. So that would probably be like what, maybe 30 years.
Yeah.
You need at least like a 30-year gap to really see like, oh, okay, that back then that we grew up on, the kids today are looking at it being like, yo, that's so like cool, because that's something that I'd never like. The whole fact that like, you know, say like the vaporwave movement became like so big amongst like kids
Holy
today.
shit, I completely forgot about that.
Dude, vaporwave is just that's all 90s shit. And kids today look at that and being like, that's fucking vintage and sick.
Yeah.
And we're looking at it's like,
Well, look at City Pop, right?
yeah, or like
Right.
city pop.
Yeah.
You know, like that if you think about it,
Yeah, that's 80s.
yeah, that's the 80s, right?
That's
But
80s.
like, you know, if you ask someone in the 80s, especially in Japan, right, who was
Right.
around in the 80s when city pop was a thing, they'll just be like, there's nothing special about that. That's just the music we grew up with.
Can you search up what defines 2000s culture?
I got tickets to Tatsuro Yamashita again.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Fuck, I need to join you on that this time.
Dude, I'm so hyped. I can't wait. Man's a fucking genius.
Yeah. What culture was the 2000s?
Yeah, see, the rise of the popularity of the internet. So again, it's like, it's kind of, it overlaps a little bit.
Yeah,
so
'cause
the
I'm-
2000s, the Y2K, it's called the Y2K
Yeah.
movement, but the Y2K shit is all like old internet.
Right.
So it's like the beginnings of the internet, the beginnings of like social media, and just like people coming together on the internet to like make cool, like, okay, the fucking MySpace
Yeah.
aesthetic. That's 2000s.
I get like super nostalgic for like the thought of like logging in and like talking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you because when you had to go to bed, you're like, I gotta log out now.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
maybe you wouldn't be able to come back on until like 5 p.m. the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was always like so fun.
Yeah.
Dude, I miss that.
Exactly.
That
But
was so
nowadays it's like you can message anyone at any time, right?
Dude,
Like,
that was so fun though.
Well, I feel like the more that time goes on, because the reason I thought about it is the more the time goes on, the more I feel like everything is just like homogenized. You know, back then you go on a website and everything had its own like aesthetic and its own like style, and you know you could personalize stuff. And now everything has just become very clean. I don't know how to describe
To
it.
be fair, I never liked customizing. So I for one welcome the clean revenue.
Oh, really? I loved customizing my MySpace page.
I hated it.
No, I totally get it. I think it's like, because like it's this idea of like, now that everybody is so connected on the internet, this whole idea of like counterculture, quote unquote, doesn't really exist anymore, because now anybody can access any culture at any time. Right. Whereas like when the internet was just getting started and before the internet, the only way that you could ever know about like different cultures and different movements that were happening was by being a part of it, or like interacting with someone who was in that scene.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's why like MySpace, for instance, in my opinion, was like great for that, because it's like you go onto someone's MySpace page and it looks and acts and feels completely different to another person's MySpace page. And you're like, oh, okay, what is this? Like, I just stumbled upon something that's like new and cool and like rogue.
Right.
But nowadays, again, because everything's become homogenized and everybody can access anything at all times, there isn't really like a counterculture anymore. It's just like everything is a counterculture.
Everything
now.
looks the same. Everything feels
just
a little bit corporate.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
it's like,
just
it's like you're not like, there isn't like a standout scene or standout like group or anything like that as much as there was back in the old internet. And I think it's that aesthetic that a lot of people miss.
Yeah.
I was talking to some Japanese people about nostalgia and stuff, and I asked them. I asked them, I was like, hey, they're around the same age as me. I was like, have you ever used a rotary phone? And they were like, no. And we've been used to this since like my granddad.
Yeah.
I was like, I fucking used one as a kid.
We
we had a rotary phone.
I had one at my grandma's house too.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember we had a rotary phone and then got rid of it when I was like 9 or 10. So I remember having to do that.
Yeah. I literally had those
it.
like black rotary phones with the phone on top.
Yeah.
And you like pick it up and you do the.
We had like a beige one.
Yeah.
Of course. But I remember they were like, what the fuck? And then I started realizing, I bet like the tech that Japan and Europe had, especially around like 80s, 90s, was so different.
Yeah.
I'm like,
oh yeah.
Because my first TV that my parents gave me was a hand-me-down.
Yeah.
Which I guess is a bad thing in general to hand down to your kid.
Right.
But they only gave it to me because it was a black and white, like 5-inch like monitor, but I would still watch it.
Like a CRT?
Yeah, yeah. Like it was terrible, and it was again black and white.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to them. I was like, "Did you ever see like a black and white TV?" It's the same person aged me in Japan. They're like, "No, I've never seen a black and white TV."
To be fair, I haven't seen a black and white TV. Damn. But my hand-me-down TV that I got was like a fat fucking CRT TV that was like the screen was.
Yeah, I would have loved that, but I was watching fucking TV in black and white. I was watching the news.
God damn.
Because my parents just had this old ass TV. I was like, I'll take it.
It's like, yeah, I'm from the 90s, the 1890s.
Yeah, I guess back in Wales, we literally were living 20 years late. I was using fucking rotary phones and black and white TVs in the 90s. No, early 2000s.
That's so funny.
I was like, damn. Yeah, I realized now. I'm like, damn. My parents kind of shafted me on the tech side. Not that it mattered at all.
Yeah, that'll be like the equivalent of just like whipping out a Nokia 3310 nowadays. You know? I'd be like, I don't have a smartphone. I just got a Nokia. You know?
I've got buttons.
Honestly, think about it.
People do that.
That's actually kind of sick.
Yeah.
you imagine someone just whipping out a Nokia, and they're like,
there are some people I see today, even in Japan, that still use flip phones.
Yeah.
And I look and I'm like, that's like kind of sick. I don't know why.
Oh my god, is that the N gauge? Or is that something different?
Which one?
No, I don't think that's the N gauge.
The game one.
The game
one.
one.
The game
when Nokia
one.
tried making a gaming console, bro.
Oh,
I'm wondering how
man.
many people remember that reference, by the way.
The 3310. What a classic.
We did a challenge of you have to use a Nokia 3310 for like a week.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, are you kidding me? I get to play Snake all day, every day on that little
You can't
thing.
use a normal phone at all.
I think I could get by.
Or what if you should like an hour a day?
Well, actually, I just wouldn't use the Nokia because when was the last time we actually phoned someone? Like,
I prefer phone.
I prefer phone.
No, like actually phoned via a number and not like phoning via a
so this is interesting
messaging
as well
service
because
or phoning via a WhatsApp.
This is like a European Asian thing, I think, because like in America they still call. People still call each other a lot in America.
Yeah.
Do they?
With like the actual numbers.
Yeah.
Because in Europe we don't do that.
No.
Everyone uses WhatsApp or normally WhatsApp.
I mean,
some kind
how
of,
many times have you used the actual just like texting directly from your phone without using an app?
Isn't this crazy? Because I realized everyone in America was still using.
Yeah, everyone in America does it. In Japan, everyone uses Line.
No, I don't use that. I don't use texting. I can't remember the last time I actually texted someone.
The only time I text on my actual phone without like Line or WhatsApp or anything is when I'm messaging my friends in America.
Yeah, I found it so weird that they still use it there.
Yeah.
The only time I do is when I need to message my bank or something. And they're like, we think your card is fraudulent. Press 1 to make sure that this all these transactions are you.
Because if I'm getting like a call from Line and know, it's someone I know, it's a friend.
Yeah.
If I'm getting a call from a number, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this is.
Yeah.
I don't want to pick up this up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's so many scam callers nowadays as well.
Exactly. Exactly.
Even on WhatsApp, sometimes I don't know how my
WhatsApp scam calls.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I get scam
Yes.
calls a
I
lot.
don't know
I've
how.
never gotten a WhatsApp.
I get scam texts.
Yeah, I
from
get scam
WhatsApp.
texts from WhatsApp.
What are you guys doing with your number? That's why this episode's fun now.
I get so, like maybe like once every couple of weeks, I just randomly get a WhatsApp notification, and I don't have that many people on WhatsApp because again, most of my friends are online or just text. So, but I have a couple of people that I have just on WhatsApp, and I think every time I hear the WhatsApp thing go off, it's like, ding, or whatever the notification thing is, I'm like, oh, my friends messaged me, and I look at it, it's like, hi, my name is Nicole. I would like to contact you about this job offer you recently looked up for, and I'm like, first of all, who? Second of all, I'm good. And yeah, I've been getting that so much now.
Yeah.
Only on WhatsApp though.
Yeah,
I
only on
get
WhatsApp.
it on Skype.
Okay, the fact you still remember your Skype login.
My parents use Skype, so I have to use Skype to talk to them.
What?
They don't want to use anything else.
I guess better than my dad who only uses email.
They know Skype. They've used it for like 10 years. It's the only thing they're comfortable using.
Damn.
I think Zoom they can use though as well.
All right.
But I hate setting up Zoom.
You got to get them onto Line or something.
Yeah.
Or at least WhatsApp,
Yeah.
Viber,
we do use
maybe?
WhatsApp, but like you can't like video call on PC.
Oh, really? On WhatsApp?
Maybe you can, but I don't think they know how to log into WhatsApp on PC.
Yeah.
You gotta scan a QR code.
Yeah.
I think I'm asking too
Yeah,
much.
that's too much. That's too much.
They're logged into Skype.
They've just
Yeah.
come onto
they
color
ev-
TVs.
Yeah, if they ever log out, I don't know how I'm going to get them back in.
I reckon if I this just sounds like a video idea. I reckon I could spanned a week with the Nokia 3310. I think it would really ground me.
I think I would love
It would be like wouldn't you think it'd be like a great detox?
It would be great. I think the one thing that I would have trouble with is that I would have to like tell people, hey, I'm just not gonna reply to like a lot of shit for a week.
No, you can still reply to shit.
Yeah, just go on your computer.
Yeah, but I'll forget.
Yeah. I get to practice texting again by like,
God,
you know, it's like, oh, I need to input a C, press 1 3 times.
Do you remember text speak?
Yeah.
Text speak?
Yeah, I do.
Whatever happened to text speak?
What is that again?
Well, we realized it's cringe. Being like, thanks you for, and like everything.
Oh,
TNX,
yeah.
for
you.
That came more out of necessity.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
you had
true.
the 140 SMS.
Oh yeah, because you had to pay for every word that
Like
you
10
texted.
pence
Yeah.
for like,
Yeah.
not every word, every 140 characters, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see you later was CUL8R. I remember that shit. That was
Yeah.
min-maxing.
Oh man.
Yeah, in Japan they still use a lot of people still use that like keyboard layout, the triple tap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want like B, you do, well not B,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
you know, obviously the Japanese equivalent, you do like A, B, B, and then like in the same. I'm like, this is
Dude, my cousin still uses that.
you got
and-
fast with it here.
Oh, dude, my
That's so
cousin
fast.
uses it, and I've seen her text her friends. I've never seen a thumb move that fast in my life.
Bro.
It's literally just like. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? How are you texting that fast?
It's a different. Oh man. Yeah.
Just built diff.
They can just Japanese people can just like write a fucking novel. And, like,
Yeah, it's wild.
that's why there's so many light novels here.
I
know. Light novelists here because they can just
Yeah,
write on
they
their
all
phones.
write
and
on
just
their phones,
Yeah.
That's what they're all doing
Yeah.
on the train. When you're on the train and you see random Japanese people just like texting on their phone, you're like, what are they texting? They're actually writing a light novel on the train as you speak.
I saw a dude yesterday morning in Shinjuku Station, very busy, very crowded. He's like this on the phone, and he's got his laptop out, talking and like doing work,
Right.
while walking, like
While walking
through Shinjuku Station, and like transferring. I was like, this guy's mental.
Man
What
is
the fuck?
grinding.
I was like, that's a level of grind set I can't get on. Like that, I've never been that locked in my life. I can't.
He's probably one of those dudes that's like, I wake up at 4:30.
Yeah. Bro, just started this gym arc. Yeah. It's over.
Bro, have you seen some like the old videos of like stockbrokers on
Yeah.
like Wall Street where they have like 5 phones just wrapped around
Yeah,
their head
yeah.
and be like, yeah, we said it, yeah, and I'm just like, this looks like a parody,
Yeah.
and it actually is insane that people used to work like that.
Yeah.
You know?
I look at that and I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, I would also be a coke addict if I had to work like that as well. Like, I get it.
Yeah,
That's the only way you can get through.
No fucking wonder everyone was wired back
Yeah.
then.
It's like, I would probably have to be as well.
Like the
Have you seen that old video of what was it? Is Robert Downey Jr. He's like a really young Robert Downey Jr. and he went to Wall Street just to like see what it was like, and afterwards he was like, "This is hell on earth." It's like this is one of the worst places I've been to in my life.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I would think the same thing as well.
Oh my god, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Who decides to work this life?
People on that grind set.
They want
Joey.
money and they've got the grind set.
Yeah,
grind
it's
set.
just
Just
wild.
pop zins and drink white Monster Energy and lock
Yeah.
in.
That's insane, man.
Yeah. It's
Is
not
there,
me
is,
now.
is there any trash taste audience members
I'm sure
who work
there's
in Wall
one.
Street?
Yeah, yeah,
I would like to
probably.
know. It's just fascinating.
How many hairs are you losing out of the stress?
Yeah, right.
I would like to.
Yeah.
I would like to know because this looks like the most stressful job.
Yeah, how many hair transplant appointments are you going to per week?
How many flights to Turkey?
Yeah.
Do you think we as a like species are just getting like less able to spell the more that we rely on like autocorrect and like spell check?
I mean, I don't think we already know this is a thing. Like, and especially in like China, because a lot of people don't. What is it? Because you say the sounds to make you type out the sound to
Yeah.
make
the
it work.
character.
Yeah, so a lot
Yeah.
of people don't know how to write the characters. That
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, same thing's happening in Japan as well, I feel.
Well, people are just knowing less kanji.
Yeah. Well, because it's like when you text now, you
Say it out.
Yeah, you write out the hiragana and then it automatically converts into
Right.
whatever kanji it is. So if you gave them a piece of paper to be like, even if you can read a particular kanji, they wouldn't be able to write it.
Yeah, sometimes like I can text someone and I don't know if I'm using the right kanji, but I just like typed it out with the hiragana and
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is the right kanji.
It's the first one that
It's
came
the
up.
first one that
Yeah,
came
yeah,
up, and it normally 95% of the time is
Yeah.
the right one.
Yeah.
The only time it gets wrong is names.
Yep.
Names is very annoying.
Yeah.
So like, all right, let me pull up oh my God, this
Yeah.
is the Bible of names. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, if you have like a name like, you know, like Corske or something, it's just like 50 different Corskes.
Oh
and I'm just
my
like,
God.
man, I don't whatever. My bad if I get it wrong, OG, but like, I don't know which one of these you are.
Like I've failed when I know the word I want to say,
Yeah.
and then I type it out, and it's so horrendously wrong that even Google doesn't be like, "Did you mean this?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have that sometimes.
I'm just like, I have failed as a human being. And
It's like you start to like sound it out and you're just like, I think it's this. And then Google's just like, what the fuck did you just write?
I have a spell checker on, right? But like
yeah.
sometimes the spell checker doesn't work because it just doesn't show up.
right.
And I'll know it's wrong because I know I spelt the word wrong.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you how to spell it right. So I just copy the word, paste it into Google, and it'll immediately correct it. And then I just copy that and then paste the correct thing in. And it feels like such a jarring way to do it because the spell check doesn't work always. I don't know why.
I think, is it because the way
Depends on the
you
program.
spelled it is so bad
No,
that it just like doesn't pick it up?
Some programs it does for some reason it just doesn't work.
Really?
Line often doesn't work on my PC.
Really?
I don't know why.
Yeah, the line doesn't have a spell check. I don't think on the PC.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll be like, I definitely didn't spell stabilize correctly here. Let me quickly get
The one that always fucks me up is guaranteed.
Oh my God, I hate
I
spelling
can
guaranteed.
never spell. I don't know how many times. Every time I'm like writing something up, and in my head I'm like, all right, I just have to spell
Necessary, I'll
guaranteed.
always fuck up as well.
Yeah.
Necessary,
Anything with a double name, even if it's something simple like overrated, which I'm always like, is it overrated or overrated? Which one's the double word? I always forget, and I somehow always get it wrong as well.
Yeah.
Or that always fucks me up. Can you guys also like do you guys have the skill to like type without looking at your keyboard?
Touch type?
Yeah.
I can't touch type.
Because I did a stream and it was like a quiz where it's a Sporkle quiz and everyone's like, oh, Gant can't type without looking at his keyboard. I was like, is this a normal skill? Because
It depends how terminally
I think it's
online
meant
you
to
are.
be
Yeah.
normal nowadays.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
Can you do it?
No, I don't think so.
Because I can maybe do it, but I'm like, I'm not.
If I
I'm
do it,
definitely
I'll make
not
a lot of
close to like
mistakes.
100% accuracy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
like
definitely make
80%.
mistakes. I'll definitely
Yeah.
make
Yeah,
mistakes.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I've always wanted to learn how to do it, but I'm also just like, I mean, is there that many situations in my life where I need to have my eyes away from the keyboard? It's like,
All I
no,
need to know
not
where
really.
WSD is at all
Yeah.
times. And I
Yeah,
do.
yeah. My left hand knows exactly where WSD is. My right hand knows exactly where the arrow keys are. It's like that's
And
all
1,
I
2,
need.
3, 4, 5, 6.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know that. Yeah.
Space bar.
Yeah.
Got that one down.
Space bar, left shift.
X
Yeah.
and C.
Yeah,
Drop,
X and C,
E,
left
Q.
shift. I know all those.
all
That's
those
all I need.
That's all you need as a gamer, baby.
But no, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Is it a normal skill now for I guess like
Yeah, because we
this
have-
generation? You
think so.
reckon?
I don't
think
know.
so.
We had like one class that taught us how to type.
We didn't have any.
Did you not have
Yeah,
any?
we didn't have any.
It was like one class in school. One way to improve typing is by touch typing.
Less than 20% of people can touch type fluently.
Bro, have you seen what was it called again? The like stenography or
Oh,
something like
that
that?
shit's crazy.
That shit is like magic to me.
What is it?
Where
What the courtroom
Yeah.
people use to write all the dialogue.
Oh yeah,
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 And, like,
yeah.
It's like way less buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
It's
it's
the
all
way-
about like the combination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you hold down like a GSZ, it might like do the word automatically. So
Yeah.
you can type super quick because all you need to know is the combination.
I have seen a dude who made like a stenography
Yeah, just show the video.
keyboard where it was like one-handed and he could basically write at the same speed as him talking.
that's insane.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, look, like it's basically at the same speed.
This is just
as,
magic for me.
Yeah.
man.
Like how do you even learn how to do
Kind of like
this?
playing
Yeah.
the piano.
Yeah, it looks like it. It almost looks like as much dexterity as playing.
I don't know,
some
man.
simple songs,
As someone who
man.
can play the piano, this is nothing like playing the piano.
Joey, as someone who can't play piano, this is exactly like playing the piano.
Nah,
Actually,
this is more magic than playing the piano.
This is such a hard, like the thing that scares me most about this is like obviously he said like word. You just type in word. You have to hold down all the letters. In my head, I'm going to be like WORD.
Yeah.
You know, like, so I think I would be very slow with it.
But I guess in a sense, like, you know, being proficient at a keyboard, whether it be this kind of keyboard or regular keyboard, is basically kind of like being proficient at piano. Like, you just have to fucking remember exactly where
just
everything
have
is.
to learn it. It's
You just have,
easy.
yeah, you just have
It's
to
easy.
practice. Yeah.
I think piano is the hardest one of the hardest instruments to learn. As a music guy.
I think it's one of the hardest instruments to learn, but also it's one of the best instruments to learn if you're starting off, because so many other instruments rely on the knowledge of what you would learn playing a piano. Like, you learn so much music stuff from a piano that you can't really learn from other instruments. And I feel like the knowledge you gain from learning a piano first helps out with learning every other instrument. Whereas if you like learn like guitar first and then you go to piano, I feel that's way harder to learn than the other way around.
Oh yeah, pianists are like magicians to me.
Would this help you learn piano?
Maybe.
Looks like it'd help you.
It helped me type faster.
Yeah, yeah.